Welcome, everyone, to Beaver Stadium, nestled in Bucolic State College and home of the Penn State Nittany Lions, and one of the loudest, most passionate crowds you'll find anywhere in college football. We've got a top 25 matchup on hand. Two of the premier teams in the land looking to make a statement that will resonate. As we'll see, the number 12 team in the country, the Oregon Ducks, taking on the 7th-ranked team in the land, the Penn State Nittany Lions. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Nittany Lions will put total leather to crank us up. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. You think the fans are ready for this one? The booth's shaking underneath us, guys. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Finds his tight end. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there. The margin for error is so small in this conference, it's really imperative to get off to a good start in Big Ten play.
Especially, Reese, since you're adding so much talent now to this conference. But yeah, year in and year out, you know the mainstays in this conference, but there's always some surprises, and I'll be interested to see how everybody starts off this season. Listen, this is your first opportunity, Palmer, in conference play, in a major conference, obviously in the Big Ten, to make your first statement.
And it's going to be taxing all season long for these players. Physically, obviously, and you expect that in the Big Ten Conference. But now adding all those West Coast teams, these guys are going to be flying back and forth across the country a lot this year. They have to get off to a fast start today. That's what makes this game so critical.
Not quite in rhythm there, incomplete. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged, but when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game surveyed for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. Moore will throw. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd.
Well, that is one the tight end is going to want to have back. He was wide open on that play. That's one he's got to make. He's got to be able to make that catch.
And so on their opening drive of the game, they want to stay on the field, and the offense will go for it on 4th down. Hit as he throws, and the ball goes right to the ground, incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. We're going to be aggressive. Well, they're aggressive on that first drive. They go for it on 4th down. No dice. Now you put your defense on the field. I like the aggressiveness, but now you got to deal with some of the consequences.
Offense set on 1st down. The give is to Smith. And he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job by the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Gets it out quickly. Good pickup there as he gets the 1st down, and they'll mark him at the 48. The Nittany Lions come to the line in the hurry-up.
And a big key on that throw to the slot receiver, guys, is putting the ball out in front. The location of the throw is what helped that guy get extra yards after the catch.
Just gets rid of the football, nobody to throw it to. It'll be 2nd down.
know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there, I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
From the gun, the ground game. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Fires to the tight end. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down.
This is a tight end that not only is going to play with his hand in the ground, but he can line up in the slot as well and attack the defense vertically. He's too fast for linebackers to cover, and he's too big for DBs to cover. He's a real weapon in this offense.
Now the pitch. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4. Looking to push the pace with the no huddle. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. He's looking to throw. Caught near the sticks. It's Saunders. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Fires to the wideout. Just masterful working that sideline and getting the toe down for the catch.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
Wants to throw on first down. Now he's going to break the pocket. And it's on the ground. And this fumble bounces out of bounds. And you could just feel a collective sigh of relief when that ball rolled out of bounds.
Yeah, that defense, they looked excited. You see all those bodies trying to run over and jump on that football? That offense is very lucky that thing trickled out of bounds.
Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
Well, I love the coverage on defense. In the red zone, everyone's got their eyes on the quarterback, and they're flying to the football, and you saw that there on the incompletion.
Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Looking to throw on third. And the heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to get the 3. The holder will kneel at the 24, a 34-yarder coming from the right hash. It's good. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0. So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. And that is not the optimal solution there. The kickoff out of bounds, and the offense will have a little bit easier time of things. First down here for the offense. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. Moore to the air. He's got his man. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down.
It's a nice job running the in route there by the receiver. The best thing he did after he made his break, he didn't trail and fade away. He actually attacked the football. That's a good lesson for young receivers out there watching.
And they'll come to the line with less than a yard to go. On second down, wants to throw it. Caught near the sticks. It's Casper. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. The Ducks keeping this defense off balance. They can hit them from a variety of angles, this time going up top.
Yeah, so many things to look at. You know, they've always traditionally gone fast as well in the pass at Oregon, but, you know, the quarterback run and the run up the middle and then play-action pass. The
expressway is wide open. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon.
Number 81.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the points come on a pass from 39 yards out. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Give to the single back. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Oregon 7, Penn State 3.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Quick pass on the jet motion. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate.
Makes the catch down the right side. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line. What a nice job just finding a spot downfield and lofting it in there perfectly.
And you see quarterbacks and receivers do that all the time, right? All summer, throwing the ball in air, throwing the ball in air. Why? Because I know exactly where he's going to be right when I get my back foot in the ground to throw the football. You could tell he knew exactly how much touch to put on that ball to make a big play down the field.
The quick out. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. And the Nittany Lions want to move quickly.
When on that outbreaking route, really it's designed for the receiver to make the
throws toward the end zone. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on second down. They're staring at third.
Well, the quarterback knew where he wanted to go with the ball. His intended target just wasn't open, so the quarterback made sure he put that football in the stands.
Ball's at the 25. They're in field goal range, but they'd love to convert this third and short. This quarterback part of their running game. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
On the play. First down, Penn State.
The Nittany Lions come to the line with a new set of downs. They go to the draw. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
You know, you got to be careful when you're running the draw play because you're hoping those defensive ends get way up the field, thinking it's pass. Didn't happen that time, and the defense was able to get a negative play.
Not many hiccups on this drive, but it's 2nd and 13 now.
42, spot.
Quickly complete. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the first down.
Well, you can tell those two have been practicing the out route all off-season long. They look like they could have completed that in their sleep.
It's 1st and 10 from the 13. They'll run the option. He'll toss it. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Penn State! They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. So it's a 77-yard touchdown drive. And the capper came on the run to the end zone from the 13. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too...
Makes the catch down the right side. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. Keep spinning the bean like that, and you start to believe this kid might have the talent to someday be the 3rd 10,000-yard passer in Oregon history.
No doubt. And you know what Ducks fans love? They love points. They love offense. They love playing fast. That's what they are. That's who they are. That's what they want their teams to be every single week.
And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
We know this guy's a weapon, not just taking handoffs, but he can catch the ball, too. That play, not so much. Got to do a better job reeling it in.
2nd and 10, he'll throw again. Got the quick pass. Across the 25, he's got room. Touchdown, Ducks! A great catch and run for 6.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. And he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Virginia Tech is in front. They've played awfully well today. And while there's no Michael Vick out there, this group is fighting. They're up by 4 over James Madison. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now. And any updates, you'll see them here, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Dances away from the heat. Caught over the middle. It's Smith. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll throw it on 1st down. trying to get to him. Quarterback tried to scramble around for a while, but the defense able to bring him down.
I think a big part of the formula to this team's success is their ability to get after the quarterback. In game one, they had 6 sacks and obviously won that football game. They know coming into this one today, they have got to be able to get after the quarterback, and they're off to a great start.
The first down sack pushes the ball back for this long second down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Smith. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football, and a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Ball is at the 41 as this defense tries to force the punt on 3rd and long. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And the ball is picked off. Looking for more room. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Oregon! How about that D coming up with a play like that? The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick 6.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too, now. Look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back, brother.
So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Running out of time here in the first half, and they do have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best players and get them the football on this drive. You're down in the game. There's obviously a lot of football left, David, but on this drive, in this 2-minute situation, best players got to touch the ball.
And this could get into pressing mode, right? Like you go into the half down a couple of scores, it starts to, the pressure really mounts. Good opportunity to take some of that pressure off, get some momentum, energize this squad going into halftime.
They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this 3rd down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab outside. It's Downs. The Nittany Lions will punt it away on 4th down. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Catches it at the 30. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm.
Going for the big play. And it falls incomplete, but that could have been disastrous. A defender was right there.
DB does an outstanding job here on the deep pass, locating the football, no PI, able to swat it away, pass incomplete.
Moore will throw. He makes the connection. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather.
At the pace this guy's going at right now, this could be a record-setting type day. This could be a game for the ages for this dude. He already has 2 touchdowns, picks up that first down. This is still the first half, guys. What is this guy capable of doing the rest of the game? We're going to find out.
Finds his big tight end. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. He wants to throw here on 2nd down. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left. Sometimes a quarterback just needs to turn the ball loose. It was like he tried to guide that one in, and it disrupted the timing.
Yeah, and just like in basketball, when you shoot a shot and you start trying to aim it, you really, really miss. You know, quarterbacks, they got to quickly be able to recognize, do I need to fire it? Do I need to put a little air underneath it? And it's just a tough thing for a quarterback to be able to do. But over time, you see they have less and less mishaps like that.
First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The kickoff team out there getting set.
Set to kick this one away.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20.
Will take over. First and 10.
The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half. Open runway ahead. He's inside the 40. The 20. And after gobbling up some serious yardage and showing off those wheels, he's finally out of bounds.
Every time he touches the ball, you can feel the excitement from this home crowd because Palmer, he can go the distance with that game-breaking speed.
You're right, David. He's a special talent. I'll tell you, these fans, they come here to see this guy play because he has game-breaking speed. Stuff you can't coach. You saw it on that play.
After that big play, they're trying to pay it off right on the goal line. They're going to run it. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. The Nittany Lions want to crank the tempo. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. How about this defense digging in its heels after the big play? It's now 3rd and goal. The give. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Well, I love the defense there. Backs against the wall on 3rd down. You know you're going to see run. You're able to stuff it, and you send a little bit of a message. I know it's early in the game, and we know you're going to continue trying to run the football, but you are going to have to earn every inch you get.
A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on 4th down, trailing by double figures. Quarterback will audible. He'll set up to throw. Lets it fly. And it's incomplete.
The receiver is incomplete.
And the offense stays aggressive. They try to throw the football and just weren't on the same page. It was an incompletion. He could have done a better job, I think, throwing the ball to his receiver and maybe making it where it's more of a 50-50 ball where he can make a play. Defense gets the big stop.
Not much room to run. Give him 1 to the 7. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place trying to help their defense. More to the air. It looked like a catch, but they'll say he was out of bounds.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They've been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On first down, finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
Lining up from the 34 on first down. Oh, it's a reverse. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. The Nittany Lions in the hurry-up. The back goes in motion. Been showing them the run. Now they'll throw it. Caught in the backfield, it's Taylor. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
Listen, if I'm a QB, second down, I want to check the ball down and get a manageable third down. But when this defense is flying around like this, so fast closing out, he got to that running back, got him on the ground so fast, the running back had nowhere to go.
Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
I'll tell you what, I don't know if the offense was expecting man coverage that time. 3rd and long in field goal range, you're expecting it to be zone. Instead, they lock them up man-to-man, everybody on an island, everybody won. They get the incompletion, now setting up 4th.
No good. My goodness, you need those field goals, guys, to cut into that deficit. We're still at 11.
21, Penn State, 10.
The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
And there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football, make your plays, put a good drive together here.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, I think the running back kind of went rogue on that last running play. I'm not sure it was designed to go that direction. He tried to make it happen on his own, and unfortunately ended up losing yards.
Pocket starts to collapse. Wide open downfield. Hit the gas, kid. Wide open ahead. Touchdown, Ducks! And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead.
How about the day for this young fella? 3 receiving touchdowns. Hey, defense, that guy's good. We might want to do something about it. Let's send 2 at him. Let's send 3 at him. We can't let this guy continue to beat us time and time again.
On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, David.
You know what?
Lofts one high and deep. And this will be caught at the 30. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. And that one is why offenses are hungry for big, big plays. They've got it 1st and 10, threatening inside the 30. Makes the grab. It's Downs. The ball squirts free. And the ball will bounce out of bounds on the fumble. If this were a wider field, like maybe in Canada or something, that might have been a turnover.
And they could have turned it into a rouge, eh? I mean, this was a great chance by the defense here. I just love the fact that they are flying around and trying to dislodge the football from these ball carriers.
Makes the grab, and he's dragged down. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. A little screen to the running back. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! What a catch and run for 6. He'll try to tack on one more. And they make the extra point to draw closer. It's 28-17. quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish it with an 11-yard touchdown dart. They've cut into this lead. It's down to 11 as they're set to kick it away. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. And the returner will be brought down.
And the Oregon offense will take over. 1st and 10.
And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. I know they've put up really good numbers on offense, but David, they're starting to feel a little game pressure right now.
Exactly. That scoreboard's starting to get a little bit tired cutting into that lead. Now, you know every possession matters, Palmer. A little pressure for this offense.
Yeah, and so you can't get tight, right? The best players on this offense now need to step up, and they need to start making plays. You got to identify where those one-on-ones are.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Zings it complete to the right. Crosses the 30, he's got away. And they finally run him out of bounds. A huge gain to wrap up the 3rd quarter. This defense will start the 4th on its heels.
Oregon 28. Penn State 17.
First down to start the drive after the break. The give to the back. Fights through the pile and picks up a couple down to the 16.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physical. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Hand off from the shotgun. Able to get one down to the 15. Third down, and this crowd will blow out a vocal cord to help this defense. Here's the handoff. Collisions and power on display, and after all of that, just back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
They'll try to cap off this drive with a field goal. It's good. And they'll push that lead out a little further. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. Western Kentucky is lighting up the scoreboard right now thanks to a dazzling offensive display. They're up by 24 over UConn. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Going up top on 1st down. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. The defense coming up big there, and the sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feeling, and it's fun to be a defensive coordinator calling the plays.
Quarterback changing the plays at the line. On 2nd down, looking again to throw. Complete to the right. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a 1st down. And the Nittany Lions will hustle to the line.
I think if you're the head coach at this point, you're telling your offense, it doesn't matter what's happened up to this point of the game. Obviously, things haven't gone our way, but we have a chance to execute in a 2-minute situation and give ourselves a chance to win. Let's go do it one play at a time.
finds his man. It's Saunders. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. The Nittany Lions come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to go up top on first down. He wants to go deep. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
The offense has got to find something here in the fourth quarter. You can tell pressing a little bit. They need that big play. They want that big play to try to make this game a better ball game. Took the shot. Unsuccessful, but I wouldn't be surprised if they take some more of those.
Looking to throw it again. Going back to the well, another deep ball. And he makes the catch inside the 15.
It's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his route.
After that huge play, right back at him on 1st and 10 from inside the 15. He's going to pass. Into the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Penn State. Well, we wondered exactly where the momentum was, and it looks as if Uncle Mo might have switched sidelines and switched families.
And momentum is such a big thing. It's such a real part of college football, isn't it? And you can just feel that right now. Just felt a few minutes ago like this game was over, and all of a sudden, this team, they're believing in themselves. They've got some win. They've got some hope. Their defense now needs to get the football back to keep that momentum going.
And the extra point draws them closer. It's 31-24. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finish it with an 11-yard touchdown dart. On the run from inside his 25. Buys just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. So we've got a tight spot here, David. They'd love to run out the clock, but all those timeouts staring at them.
Yeah, they got 3 timeouts on defense, but I know a first down ends this football game. So I got to get my guys physical, ready to roll.
Yeah, because you know this defense is going to be playing the run. They're going to be loading the box, trying to get tackles, using their timeouts to get the football back. So this is going to come down to who's better in the trenches.
We have arrived at the 2-minute warning, a one-possession game as this offense tries to hold on. Might as well keep pounding that rock at this point in the game, even though it's 2nd and 12. Smart move to keep it on the ground. At the 35, he's loose. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. Here comes the offense on first down. Wide receiver shows motion. Moore will throw. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
Well, they've done a lot of really nice things on the road in this game so far, and that's why they have the lead. But after that incompletion now, you can sense the momentum now switching back to the home team late in this game.
2nd and 10 after the previous play. They'll leave it with the lone back. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Big 3rd down as the crowd gets behind this defense. He's looking downfield to throw. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
And that is a frustrating possession for this offense. You wanted to run the football, maybe take some time. You did the opposite. Got in a bad situation, threw the football, stopped the clock. Not how you manage a game late in the 4th quarter.
They'll keep the offense on the field on 4th down already with a 1-possession lead. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And it's taken away by the defense, and they desperately needed that turnover. And he's going to take it all the way. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! This time it's the defense finding ways to put points on the board.
There is nothing better than being a defender, seeing that ball in the end zone. Your eyes get big as saucers. Go, jump on that puppy, secure it, get you a touchdown.
Lining up to add another. And the extra point was good, and we are all tied up in the 4th. We've got a dandy going here, all tied up in the 4th quarter and about to kick it away. Takes it inside his own 20. Chance for great field position here. He's brought down after a good return, gets it out to the 31. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick-6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick-6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do, because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Now 2nd and 10. Moore to the air. He finds his man. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the 1st down. The Ducks come to the line with a new set of downs. Handoff to the lone back. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
Small game, I know, but again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass, make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
On 2nd down, he's looking downfield. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the 1st down.
This guy's done a lot of good things early this year throwing the football. With that last completion, that now takes him over 1,000 yards passing for the year.
And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm. Now they're letting them drive off the ball on 1st down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
6-yard pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and 4. He's looking to throw. He'll take a shot. Touchdown, Oregon! And inside a minute to go, and they've got the lead.
And man, this game has been awesome. Some back and forth. Now you take the lead late. Nice job by the offense. And now you just need your defense to come through for you. One more time. One stop. Less than a minute remaining. Go out there, finish this thing off.
The extra point is good, and now in the 4th, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point.
Penn State, 31.
Now that they have the lead, this kickoff unit has to stay in their lane, create some field position, and hand it over to the defense. No shot at a return. It's out of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. And they're going to have to fight this defense, and they're also up against it with time, Jesse.
Yeah, no doubt, Reese. And this quarterback now, he's going to have to show off his poise, David. They practice these late-game situations, but how's this guy going to respond?
And I got a little bit of time to work with here, so I watch the defense, and if they're going to drop back and play real conservative like they tend to do late in the game, let's get a few shots over the middle first before we have to take that deep shot.
Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Well, you know the defense felt freaked out on that one. You're in the fourth quarter, and you're lined up against one of the fastest players in all of college football, and they're taking a shot up top. You just hold on tight and hope for the best. At that time, they were able to force an incompletion.
Timeout called by the offense. Clock stopped with 21 seconds left. Got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Oh, what a grab by the defense.